What's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining me today. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel, and most importantly, please make sure that you are following me on Telegram at TD Media Group to help circumvent social media censorship and shadow banning. With the introduction out of the way, let's get into today's news. And today we are headed back to where, once again, the People's Republic of Chicago. Why is that? Because I just want to take a moment today. Obviously, the madness continues, but I want to speak about J.B. Pritzker and Brandon Johnson's constituents, right? Illegal immigrants who came to this country unlawfully, broke the law when they came here. But, you know, if I let Brandon Johnson and J.B. Pritzker tell it, or Governor Fred Flintstone, that is, if I let him tell it, they just came here to work hard. That's all. And, you know, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. They did come here to work hard because, as you can see here, you know, Venezuelan illegal immigrants arrested in Tri-State ATM theft investigation. Breaking into an ATM machine is definitely hard work. It's hard work. You'll never catch a lazy, entitled American who doesn't want to work like me doing a laborious task like this. And I'm pretty sure the majority of you watching wouldn't engage in a laborious task like this either, because we're lazy, entitled Americans, right? Who don't want to work. But their constituents, the people who they want in the country over us, they're the ones willing to do this kind of work here and break into ATMs. Now, mind you, though the situation occurred in Indiana, the illegal immigrant Venezuelans, there's three of them, they live in Chicago. So they're crossing state lines, committing crimes in Indiana, and then coming back to their sanctuary in Chicago, where they will be thoroughly protected by Brandon Johnson and J.B. Flintstone. So what I want to do now is that I want to pull up a quick video that's concerning this situation here, and then we'll break down what's going on a little bit further. But first, let's jump into the video concerning this news article here.
Three Venezuelan illegal immigrants living in Chicago were caught stealing from an ATM in Posey County. Now, that's according to Sheriff Tom Latham. He says they were notified of an ATM alarm at Crane Credit Union on St. Wendell, Cynthiana Road early this morning. Deputies say a drone helped find 21-year-old Marcos Sanchez. Officials say they then stopped a suspect vehicle. Inside was 24-year-old Deneiker Bracho and 25-year-old Edison Navarro. Deputies say evidence of theft was found inside the vehicle. All are in the Posey County Jail charged with theft. Crane Credit Union says there was no data breach of customer information.
So as you can see, these guys they came here and they're working hard. Now, here's what I really want to highlight. Notice the number of stories that I've told over the past couple of weeks, how these guys, these criminal illegal aliens, are legitimately using the sanctuary status of Illinois and the state of Chicago as cover to commit crimes. So what you have here are these three illegal immigrant Venezuelans who are committing crimes in Indiana, but then coming back to Chicago for shelter, right? You had the situation that I spoke on this weekend of the illegal immigrant Chinese national who was taking women from Chicago, right, the state of Illinois as a whole, and trafficking them to Ohio, to which they would work as sex workers out of a spa in Ohio, right? Now, he got caught, but he was a Chicago man, an illegal immigrant Chinese national. And then there was a story that I covered a few weeks back concerning another Chicago man, illegal immigrant, who kidnapped a young girl. I believe she was 13 years old, if you guys remember, from New York. I believe it was it New York or New Jersey? I believe it was New York. 13-year-old girl from New York, brought her back to Chicago. And when she was found in Chicago, that 13-year-old girl was also found alongside with, I believe it was a 15-year-old or 16-year-old girl as well, who was also kidnapped in the housing where the illegal immigrant brought them, right? So they're doing out-of-state crimes and then taking cover in Chicago because they know they are thoroughly protected by Emperor Brandon Johnson and Governor J.B. Flintstone, right? And they know that they're also covered by DNC lunatics who are anti-ICE and just anti-rule of law. Now, look at this here. How many of you guys remember, many of you should, last week when I showed those video clips from Aurora, Illinois, the suburb outside of Chicago, right? But in Aurora, Illinois, an ICE operation was happening, and the protesters, so-called protesters, actually they're rioters, domestic terrorists to be more exact. They destroyed 2 ICE vehicles in the process of the operation going on. If you don't remember, I'll play both videos as a quick reminder. I'm not going to do any commentary over them since I discussed them already, so I'll allow them to play. But what I will say is this first, disclaimer, there is a lot of profanity in these videos that I'm getting ready to play. So if you have children around, you might want to turn this down or turn it off temporarily. If you're at work in the break room, you might want to, turn it down, put your earbuds in, okay? But this is what occurred in Aurora last week.
Yeah, this the world, bitch! This the world, bitch! This the world! It's the world, bitch! This the world, bitch! We stick together, ho! Get the fuck out of here, bitch! Get the fuck out! 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 Come on, move! Move! Get out! Get out! Get the fuck out! Get out! Get the fuck out! Pussy! 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 Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Now, fast forward about a day or two, and what you have here is 2 nights ago, some sort of celebration that's happening. I'm assuming it's anti-ICE related, but you see nothing but foreign flags being waved. And this was in the same city of Aurora, Illinois. Okay, let's look at these foreign flags being waved of a country that these people clearly don't want to live in, but will disrespect the country that they currently live in by flying that foreign flag of a country that they don't want to live in. Crazy stuff, make it make sense. But look at this here, same city, Aurora, Illinois. Yeah. I can't wrap my mind around the logic behind loving your country of origin so much that you don't want to live there. So instead, I'll live in this country or in America and disrespect the country that you're living in by waving my country of origins flag. I'll never understand that. I'll never understand that. And look at this here. This was also in Chicago. How many of you guys are familiar with, I believe my man's name is Nick Shirley? I believe his name is Nick Shirley. He has a pretty big YouTube following, as well as on Twitter as well. And for those of you who aren't familiar with him, he goes to protests, anti-ICE protests, and things of that nature, protests that are happening across the country. And he just simply documents what's happening. And while he's there, he'll ask the protesters, if that's what you want to call them, questions about why they think what they think, why they believe what they believe. Now, he's obviously like us on the right side of history. He's anti-illegal immigration, pro-mass deportation, and so on and so forth. But he'll ask the anti-ICE people, well, why do you think what you think? Why do you believe what you believe? And because these folks typically turn out to be animals, they respond in that fashion. And instead of having a dialogue with you, they would rather kill you. And that's what you see happening here. This video that I'm going to pull up for you guys next. They literally chased Nick Shirley out of the ICE facility in Chicago, to which Nick had to be rescued by ICE. And you're going to see him enter into an ICE vehicle and they're going to drive off swiftly. Check this clip out next. This is completely absurd and ridiculous.
Get the fuck out! Get him! Get him out of here! Get the guy's right here!
That was Nick Shirley in the gray sweater that just walked past with a little camera phone thing in his hand, just so you know. And if you caught that, they're hitting these vehicles on their way out. Somebody just swung the Mexican flag and smacked on the vehicle with it. There's going to be a couple more vehicles, ICE vehicles, that they're going to take off. And as they're taking off, you're going to hear pop, 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 because they're hitting it, throwing stuff at it, hitting it with the flag. All right, they're just making noise. You know, they're just making noise at this point. But once again, nothing but foreign flags in a country that they clearly don't want to live in, while disrespecting federal law enforcement, calling them all type of female dogs, referring to them as private parts, and then just antagonizing them. Once again, you're hearing them say, "Do something. Why don't you do something?" And you know, I don't know, man. I don't want to say too much, but there should be a law in place that when you antagonize law enforcement to a point, like when you're saying do something, it should be automatically by law. They're allowed to do something. They're allowed to just immediately respond in kind to your act of aggression verbally, where you're challenging them in that way. Oh, you said do something. Okay, all bets are off. And now I'm going to do something. And you're going to cry. You're going to cry fascist. You're going to cry racism. You're going to cry like a baby if they actually do something. This is just proof positive, once again, that when they're referring to these guys as all type of Gestapo and things of that nature, clearly they're not. All these people waving foreign flags here, the Mexican flag, they would never in a trillion years dare try this against law enforcement in Mexico. You know why? Because Mexican law enforcement would lay them out. Lay them out. And we'll just leave it at that, right? But then you want to be here and be mad disrespectful. Look at how you're waving foreign flags, being disrespectful to a country that has taken you in, despite the fact that you broke in. But you have at least a certain segment of the population that's willing to take you in, and you're disrespecting it, acting in a fashion that you can't even act in your home country. In your home country, you'd be laid out on your back acting like this with Mexican law enforcement. But this is what you're allowed to do here in the States. And to some degree, you're allowed to do it. You're not really allowed to do it. It's actually against the law, you know, and what should happen and what I hope will happen moving forward in the future, once, you know, these ICE operations really get kicked into gear. I know some of you think that they're already kicked into gear. They're not. They're not. It's gonna get ratcheted up to a next level, another level, next year in 2026. You know, once they have, I believe it's 10,000 more ICE agents, you know, trained and ready to deploy, and that $175 billion gets put into use with ICE. What I'm hoping to see from ICE, once all that really gets into play in 2026, is more situations like this, where ICE is actually taking matters into their own hand and defending themselves accordingly, right? They're defending themselves accordingly. But before I play that video that I was just getting ready to play, now that I'm remembering, let's look at this here. I want to show you this video clip here of, once again, we're talking about the People's Republic of Chicago, J.B. Pritzker's Illinois, where you have these folks, these animals, blowing red lights, chasing an ICE vehicle, putting everybody's life at risk. But apparently these are freedom fighters who are just trying to get rid of the fascists, while putting your life at risk in Chicago, chasing ICE agents, blowing red lights. This video is completely insane and absurd. Look at this here. So you see, there's a lot of laughing emojis in that caption there. The trail of cars following is giving off this vibe. Ha ha ha. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. But let ICE pull over and act in kind. Let them act like the country that you don't want to live in. Let them act like them and pull over and actually defend themselves accordingly. It's going to be a bunch of crying emojis next. I was going to say something else, but I got to be careful. Oh, I got to wash my mouth on YouTube. It's going to be a lot of crying emojis put up next to your name, you know? It's going to be a lot of crying emojis. I'll say that much. You're not going to be laughing. And going back to my original point that I was saying in the prior video, I'm really hoping that moving forward, we see more situations of ICE agents just being given a green light to defend themselves, the way that we're getting ready to watch here, because this is what we need more of. What we need more of is this video clip here. What you're going to see is ICE take matters into their own hand. They're going to run into this woman's car intentionally to arrest her. Now, what she did to them prior, I don't know. But we have more than enough evidence that we've been going through and watching since Trump has gotten to office that shows that 10 out of 10 times, if this is how ICE is responding to you, which is extremely rare that ICE is this aggressive, you're the one that's at fault. She most likely threw something at them, hit them with something, whatever the case is. But look at this video clip here. This is what I like to see.
Yeah! Hit and run! Hit and run! That's a hit and run! Hit and run! Hit and run! That's a hit and run! Hit and run! Hit and run! Yeah. Look, hey, watch out with that weapon! That weapon! Yo, watch out! What's wrong with you? You hit it! You hit her! Yo! What's wrong? You hit her! You hit her! You guys hit her! You guys hit her! What's wrong with y'all? Y'all hit her? Y'all bust a whole U-turn in the middle of the street! Y'all hit her! Y'all on camera! Leave her alone! She ain't even do shit! She trying to go to work!
Now all of a sudden she was just trying to go to work. And that's what I'm saying. Let ICE, and I want to play the rest of this video clip out. Oh, this is rich. This is a perfect example of how ICE should respond when people are hitting them, ramming their vehicles into them, when they're waving their foreign flags and smacking them against their vehicles, right? When you're throwing projectiles at them when they're driving. This is how they should act, and they're legally allowed to act, but they don't for obvious reasons as far as optics is concerned, right? They do an amazing job at keeping the emotions and everything restrained. But you see, all of a sudden, when ICE responds accordingly with the same level of aggression that you approach them with, now all of a sudden, she was just trying to go to work. Now all of a sudden, like the last video we just saw where they're chasing the ICE agents around, let those ICE agents pull over, hop out armed like what you see these guys did. Now all of a sudden, hey, we were just trying to go to work. I'm just trying to pick up my son from school. Now you have made up a whole nother false narrative, crying victim. And that's what I always say. The moment it's time for these people to face accountability, now all of a sudden they become victims. And now, oh, she was just trying to go to work. No, she wasn't. She's a criminal and she's being dealt with accordingly. And you see, once they pull up armed, you don't see anybody running up on them, do you? You know, normally they like to run up on ICE agents and stand in front of their vehicles, have the camera and put it up extra close, all in the mix when they're trying to do an arrest. But when they pull up armed and they don't have pepper balls in that firearm, right? They don't have pellets or rubber bullets. No, it's real now. Well, why don't you run up? Nah, you're staying a nice little safe distance with your camera out, right? You don't want to run up now, right? When you see that they're willing to be as aggressive with you as you are with them, now all of a sudden you get a little act right in you and you're keeping your distance, right? Now all of a sudden, I was just trying to go to work. Okay. This is what I like to see. This is what I like to see because it's just. Leave these men alone and let them do their job. Anyways, let's let this clip continue on.
She
She's trying to go to work.
What the fuck?
No, what? Crazy shit. Y'all some crazy. Y'all got no heart, for real. No heart. No heart.
Get off!
She's a female.
Get off of her right now!
You guys hit her. How you guys?
So because she's a female, she's above the law? I can't stand that line of logic. Anyways, carry on.
Can arrest her.
Get off!
You guys hit her. Man, how y'all gonna arrest her, man? God, bogus as fuck. You hit her. You guys hit her. You guys hit her. Whole lawsuit right there.
Believe that. I'm telling you. Don't get your issue. Keep fucking around in Chicago. Keep fucking around in Chicago. Hey, baby girl, you good. Don't worry about it.
Stop resisting.
Don't worry about it. We need that information, bro.
God, bogus as fuck.
You hear the threatening tone in that guy's voice, right? Keep effing around in Chicago. Keep effing around in Chicago. Hey, baby girl, you good. Don't even worry about it. Keep effing around in Chicago or what? You didn't do anything and you weren't going to do anything. Why? Because you see, when they match your aggression and they pull out of those vehicles armed, now all of a sudden you want to keep your distance. Now all of a sudden you don't want to play anymore. Now all of a sudden, oh, ICE is going too far and I was just trying to go to work. Keep effing around in Chicago. Well, Tom Homan is going to keep effing around in Chicago. Tom Homan said they're not going anywhere. Kristi Noem said that they're purchasing more buildings in Chicago so that they can host these ICE operations out of, right? You cannot allow these domestic terrorists to win, and you don't negotiate with them. You just drop the hammer and handle business and carry on with the ICE operations. And that's what you're seeing here. These are not peaceful protesters. These are ignorant DNC animals who are attacking ICE agents. Large, for the most part, seemingly to me, it looks like as of right now, they've been getting away with it. Mainly because in most of these instances, like we're seeing here, or like I discussed last week, these charges get dropped. Federal law enforcement, they arrest these guys and they put charges on them. But then these the liberal grand jury or liberal judges, they'll drop the charges or reduce them significantly from a felony to a misdemeanor. So to some degree, it's kind of pointless at times, even arresting them, but you got to do what you got to do anyways and follow the letter of the law and allow these liberal lunatics to expose themselves, by allowing this nonsense to continue. Because once again, this is what the American people voted for. Nothing that's happening here is illegal. You don't see Democrats actually working to change the laws in Congress if they're actually against this the way that they say they do. They would rather use it and use all these people as pawns to maintain their position of power and line up their pockets. You guys are dumb. You don't see that you're just pawns for the DNC politician who's just looking to keep themselves in power and keep their pockets fat, as opposed to, once again, and in closing, as opposed to actually working to change the laws in Congress so that this can come to an end and they do it in a right and lawful fashion. They would much rather gas you up to do stupid things like this, which will either lead to you losing your life or lead you to losing your freedom. But I'm the bad guy, and we're the bad guys for pointing this stuff out and being against it. Anyways, we'll leave it at that. With all that being said, that does it for today's news. So please hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. Share this video on your social media platforms. And please do not forget to follow me on Telegram at TD Media Group. The link to my Telegram is in the description box below and pinned in the comment section as well. Thank you all for your time. Until the next video, peace and have a great afternoon.